A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you've all had a good few days of fasting. I hope you're in the routine of it, and I hope you're ready to join in on some activity tonight. We are discussing Prophet Nuh, or we've discussed Prophet Nuh today, and one of the things that he had to do was he had to build an ark. Exactly, he had to build an ark, and he was asked by Allah to build this ark, and he had faith in Allah to build it, and then he invited some people to join him, and he invited some animals, and some animals joined him as well. So we are actually going to be doing an activity, and it looks like blobs, but I'll bring it a bit closer for you to see. But we're going to be doing some finger painting today, to show some of the different types of animals that might have joined him on his journey on the ark. So see what you can try and see which animals you can find. So I've got that's right, I've got an elephant, I've got a sheep, a giraffe, a monkey. The frog is hopping on the ark already, he's got a bit of a head start, and we've got an elephant. That's right, we've got an elephant. So follow along with me. These are the things that you'll need today. I've got a few different paints. I've got a paintbrush. We don't really need it, but I just needed to mix two colours, so I have a paintbrush with me and some water in here. I've got my paints already squirted out in there, so I do have some green, I have some white. We won't end up needing this, but I did have some beige on there, some cream, some orange, brown, and then I didn't have any grey, so I mixed my black and the white to get me some grey. So those are the colours that you'll need. I've got my paint bottles right here, but I've already squirted them out and I don't want to do any israf, so I'm just going to go ahead and use these ones. I will also put in a download for the ark if you do want to make this one at home, so I just quickly sketch this out. If you want to be creative and draw your own boat or your big ark, then go and have some fun. You will need a white piece of construction paper or cardstock, and then I just used a black marker to do my sketching. Okay, so let's get started. We'll start off with the frog. He's already on the ark, and then we'll work our way down the page. So you're going to take your thumb and you're going to just dunk it into the green, and you're going to make one sleeping green mark and another sleeping green mark with your thumb. Can you see my second frog is starting to come along? Oh, I did forget, you will need some tissue to wipe up your fingers between each colour. Okay, so there's my green. I'm going to take my white next and draw the white body of the sheep. My sheep is now already on the ark. Can you see it? Right next to the frog, there's my white body for the sheep. Let's do the grey elephant face. We'll draw him next to, or just under actually, and wipe up the grey. So there's my grey right underneath. Oops, right underneath the elephant. And we'll get some orange for the giraffe. What's so funky about the giraffe? What's so special about the giraffe? He's got a long neck. That's right, he's got a really, really long neck, and he's got really long legs. You know why that is? That's because they get to eat from the tops of the trees. How awesome. What do you think they can see from the very top? The tops of the trees, the tops of the hills, that's right, and everything looks really, really small for them. Absolutely. I'm going to get some more orange and do the body of the lion. What sound does a lion make? What sound does a lion? Roar! That's right. There's my roaring lion. Body of my roaring lion. And then I only need a little bit of brown. I actually don't need all this much because brown is quite dark. Only a little bit. And I do my thumbprint for the monkey and for his body. There we go. So those are my new animals that have been added on. You see all the bodies there? And we'll put them together to make the actual animal. Ready? Just wipe up your hands nicely so that that's out of the way and your hands are clean. And now let's get adding the faces and the smileys. So I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to start off with, I'm going to let it dry a little bit. So we're going to fan it, blow on it, make sure it dries a little bit, think about the different sounds that the animals make. We might need to wait another moment or so, but what sound does the frog make? In your homes, can you leap 3 times like a frog? It goes ribbit, 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 ribbit. That's right, 3 times. Okay, so I think my frog is ready for his mouth. So I'm just going to take my black marker and do a quick smiley around his face and 2 loops over his head for his eyes, and then a nose underneath. You see my frog? There we go. And then I get to add 4 legs underneath, or 4 feet underneath, so that they can hop and leap around. And my frog is ready. There's my froggy. Ribbit, ribbit. Okay, let's move on to our sheep. So for the sheep, we're going to draw a circle in the front of his face and then add 2 eyes. And over his eyes, we're going to add the ears. Over his head, we're going to add the ears. And underneath, we'll add his legs. In the back, we'll add a bit of a bushy tail. And there's my sheep. He's already joined the frog on the Ark of Prophet Nuh alayhi salam. Okay, let's move on to our elephant. And elephants have really big flappy ears and a long trunk. Okay, so to get started, you're going to draw a half circle on either side of his face, like that. Okay, and then underneath it, just some squiggly lines to get it back and connect to his face. You see? There we go. And then just where I've connected his eyes, I'm going to add his eyes, and then at the very top, we're going to add the top of his head, and then we need to remember to add his trunk. And then just draw some lines over it, and he gets to eat and drink with his trunk. There's his flappy ears. Take your hands, put them next to your ears, and just flap just like the big ears of the elephant. Okay, now for the giraffe. You're going to take the 2 parts of the giraffe's head and his body and just draw connecting lines down. There we go. Connecting lines down. And then you're going to draw 4 long legs underneath. And then a tail in the back. At the top, don't forget to add his ears. And then just some spots on his body. Don't forget to add some spots on his neck. And my giraffe is smiling. I hope yours is too. He's going on the Ark of Prophet Nuh. So I'm sure he's super happy. Just like that. Okay, now for my last two animals, I'm going to add some ears at the top of my monkey's head and a squiggly tail that's going to help him hop from tree to tree when he lands, when the arc docks, and his jumpy legs and his arms. Okay, and for the very last animal, my big roaring lion, we need his hair, his mane around his face. So we're gonna take the top fingerprint, and we're just going to draw a rough mane around his neck, the tail, and 4 legs. Uh-oh, I forgot his face. My lion is happy, so we're going to add some ears and a smiley face. And don't forget his whiskers, because he is a big cat. There's the lion. All of my animals are ready to join Prophet Noor on his ark. Are yours ready? I do hope so. Inshallah, we'll see you next time. Khuda Hafiz.